Good evening, folks, and welcome back to Wallace and Gromit's Grand Adventures. This is the second episode, The Last Resort. The last time we tried to play this game, the quality of my microphone at the time was so annoying and unbearable, apparently, that we had to cut things short. But, as you can hear, we've got a new mic, it's much clearer, there's no fuzz, and if OBS will behave itself, we will start. Okay. We're just gonna go with a new game since we didn't do much last time. And we know how to play video games. Let's go. Gromit is ready to go on a fun little beach vacation. He's got his floaties, he's got his shovel, he's got his sunglasses. He's got typical England weather. Puts the kibosh on that.
Help! Gromit! Do something! Call the Coast Guard!
The shrug.
Talk about raining cats and dogs. Our plumbing's in a right pickle. Fetch me my spanner, lad, while I stick me finger in the dike.
Well, alright. Vera Pecco says, I too am ready for vacation. Kin says, wow! Fuff, it's like Groundhog Day. We gotta risk our lives once more. For a spanner. Kin says, wow, doggy! Dougie! Hey, Wallace.
Bring
It's me,
me my
Growless.
spanner, lad.
Okay. Here I go. What's this one?
Don't do that, lad. We'll lose the lights.
Okay. Literally, I know it's gonna be a problem when that hasn't been hit
Just
later.
the job. Bring it here
But okay.
now, will you, lad?
Vera Pecco. Dougie! Alright, here you go. Where are all my buttons? Perhaps I should have done a tutorial. What's this?
That's left over from our lunar landing. Best leave it be, lad.
Fuff, your ability to see the future is not allowed. Well, okay.
I shouldn't bother with that, Gromit. It's still only a prototype.
Can I look at anything else? No? Okay. Ah, okay, middle button. Here you go.
Well done. Our troubles are over.
They are not.
Whoops. Crikey, that was a shock. Best trip the circuit breaker, lad. And stay clear of the water. It's electric.
If you let me hit the circuit breaker earlier, we wouldn't be having this problem. Gromit, like, nope.
Look out, lad. The tide's coming in. Best find another way to the circuit breaker.
Wallace must cause a disaster, no matter how powerful Gromit is. Alright, well, let's hop in. It's rubber, so it's
Gromit,
fine.
have you done, crackers? You'll get yourself electrocuted.
It's okay. This is safe, because it's a video game. Don't try this at home, children. Alright, so I do remember the
Now we're
solution
in
to
a
this
pickle
one.
and no mistake.
Mostly.
Careful, lad. That's extremely volatile compressed rocket gas. Ex-NASA.
Omega Sonic. Silly dog. That's not how electricity works. He's in a video game. He's allowed.
Remember our toy train? Now that was a runaway ride.
I don't know if there's anything else I can click in this room, actually.
You can't reach that circuit breaker. We'll be fried.
Yeah, there's nothing else to play with. Alright. sir.
Steer clear, lad, or you'll get cooked.
Alright.
Don't do it, lad. You'll blow yourself to smithereens.
It's fine, I'm a point-and-click guy.
Well done, Gromit. Corby fixed in a jiffy. Just a moment. Turn to the right. And now, it's safe to hit the lights. That's better. Oh, there you are. Well, we'd best clean up. Crack on, lad. There's a lot to do.
Man, I almost exploded.
Sorry about the unseasonal weather. I'm afraid it means we'll have to put off our little trip to the seaside. Unless we bring the seaside to us.
The sparking still, Wallace. Ocean notion. Alright.
Here, we've already got a cellar full of water. Just a few more items. There we are. And we can enjoy the seaside from the comfort of our own home. Ho, ho, ho. Won't that be something, lad? We'll stay home for the holidays and have our own beach to boot. Lucky the rain's let up for now. I'll be back in a trice with all the necessaries. Sun, sand, and beach umbrella coming up.
Well, I appreciate Wallace's boundless optimism. Also, seeing the little sketch he showed Gromit reminded me when I was a kid, when me and my brother would watch the Wallace and Gromit shorts. Wallace is like shorthand for himself. Like the little stick guy with the, you know, the shape of his head, his ears, and only his nose as a detail drawn on his face. It reminded us of a flower, so we always just thought that was what it was when we were very small. So we were like, haha, it's the flower! And seeing it again in this game, I just feel very charmed. Hey, Gromit.
Have faith, lad. West Wallaby Street's first indoor beach will be ready in a trice. Sun, sand, and beach umbrella coming right up.
Coming right up. Foff, Wallace, the flower. Alright, we gotta head out the gate to meet our annoying neighbor. Sorry, our neighbor's not annoying, but, like, the guy who comes running through is. Yeah, you. He seems kind of obnoxious. I don't know if I trust him. Not just because we need to swipe his umbrella.
Duncan, what are you doing here?
Picking you up, lassie, with a date.
Surely you're not still thinking of the beach. It's freezing cold and might rain any moment.
Ach, a little wet never dampened the spirits of my biscuit. Grab your wellies and we'll be off.
Duncan, I really don't think so. You must admit, it's hardly beach weather, is it? Don't be ridiculous. Oh, hello there, Wallace. Come and meet Duncan McBiscuit. He's an old friend.
Oh, the drama.
And of course, you
They're
know
exes.
my two precious darlings, Fuji Woo and Tinky Wee. Say hello to Mr. Wallace, angels.
Puppies.
Yes. Look, Gromit. It's your friends from next door. Cute little fellows.
Oh, yes. They're show dogs, you know.
Oh.
Prize winners. They're my pride and joy.
Well, I won't keep you.
No. Duncan was just leaving.
Leaving with you, lassie, for a day on the beach.
But what if there's a cloudburst? I don't consider thunder and lightning very pleasant beach companions.
But there's nae thunder and nae lightning. Can you hear any thundering? Any cracking or booming? Well, can you?
Maybe I can. Just hush your tongue a moment, will you?
Alright, so clearly we've got to get some sort of thundering so that this guy runs off and leaves his umbrella for us to steal.
You canna hear no thunder, can you? Not even a wee tinkle.
I suppose not. Rather stay warm and dry here at home if you don't mind.
Oh, dear fun.
Anyway, keep that in mind. Loud noises to distract our neighbors. Rebecca, it's just a little rain. Gromit's faces are always good.
Now, before the flood.
Oh, and then there's this bit.
Townsfolk, we'll stack the sandbags to the north.
south, and east. Still time if we hurry. Look lively now, Soda.
No, you can't dump these sandbags here. Just wait a moment, Major, please.
Stop dithering, you dunderhead. The town's being swept under.
There's now being swept under, Major, and you're beginning to be a public nuisance.
Alright, so I remember how to get this. I remember to get like halfway on the sandbags. Vera Pecco. Ah yes, the drama. Welcome to West Wallaby Street. No one can do anything normally.
Afternoon, Wallace.
Hello.
Blinking weather, eh, Wallace?
It is rather gloomy.
Like my business. Not a single customer all day. My sizzling summer sale has lost its sizzle.
Alright, now we ask about the light.
That's quite a light, Mr. Panea.
It's a searchlight.
I say, no shortage of candle power there.
Bright as the sun, don't you think? Wonderful for bringing in the big spenders. When the weather's fair, that is.
I wonder, Mr. Panea, where might a person acquire such a light?
I'd be happy to lend you this one, but if the weather warms up tonight, I'll need it to advertise my super soaraway sizzling summer sale.
Oh.
Alright, so we have to convince him that the weather is just going to get worse. And this is the easiest puzzle, because we just gotta, like...
Have a pleasant day.
You too. We just gotta go over here and grab a newspaper and be like, experts say it's gonna be horrible weather. And he'll be like, alright, here, take my light. I don't mind you borrowing it.
Afternoon, Mrs. Caberly.
Hello, Wallace. Lovely weather, isn't it?
Well,
I'm joking, Pat. I know it's rotten. Had to cancel me holiday.
That's a shame.
Certainly is being stuck with old misery guts here.
I heard that.
He don't miss a word I say, except when I ask him to do summit.
Ah, sitting behind a till all day ain't exactly hard labour.
What would you know about hard labour?
I could run this place a sight better than you, if I had a mind to.
If you had a mind, what will it do?
I bet that man doesn't even know how to feed a cat. Alright, let's see.
Looking for something to read? Take your pick. I'll put it on your slate.
Vera Pecco, Wallace is me. Alright, as delightful as all of these look, we do need the weekly weather forecast.
More rotten weather on the way tonight, they say. All set.
Hey, make sure he don't nick any sweets.
Mind your own business. That old misery guts thinks he could run this shop. He couldn't run a bath.
Fuff. We can't just cancel our holidays based on the weather being poor. It's always raining. Vera Pecco. Yeah, isn't that just England weather?
Ta-ra, Chuck.
Take care, nice news lady. Alrighty, let's... Here you go, buddy.
Stormy weather ahead, I'm afraid.
Oh? Oh no. After all that, my sizzling summer sale is ruined. I go on holiday, but the weather's a washout. Will the sun never shine on yours truly?
I say, I wonder where a person might acquire such a light.
You're welcome to borrow this one, Mr. Wallace. There won't be any sizzling summer sale tonight. Not in this blinking weather.
That's very kind of you.
Always happy to help.
Thank you, Mr. Paneer.
This light'll make a smashing sum.
You're like one of the most helpful people in this game, and you were rightfully upset with me in the first part. Anyway, Fuff, remember to always bring a coat. Take this light while this guy has a breakdown over the rain. He said I could have it! He said I could! Vera Pecco, that light's going right in our pants pocket. Alright, now we gotta sort these two out.
Yes, Soda? Out with it. If you'd like to unload these sandbags, I know just the spot.
Just as I told you, the people are pleading for sand, and we've got to give it to them.
I'd like to give it to you, you loony old goat. But if you've got a need for sandbags, Wallace, I hereby grant you permission.
Oh? You grant permission?
Indeed. Take all you want, Wallace.
Infernal cheek! I'm the commanding officer here, you jumped-up Jobsworth, and I hereby revoke permission.
Can't you be cooperative just this once, Major?
Cooperative? Don't know the meaning of the word. Sounds subversive to me.
All right, Major, how about this? Why don't we ask Wallace here who's in command?
This young Pongo? Very well. Why not? Tell us, soldier, who holds rank here? Remember your training.
Rebecca, me at Disney. Anyway, if we say one or the other, they just go back and forth. So we need to cite the sign for pie
We're
flavors.
waiting, soldier.
I'm sorry, I'm explaining to the people.
Two fine flavors that work well together.
We're talking about who's in charge, not flavors.
Just a moment. Are you saying that instead of bickering over who's in charge, we should be working together as a team, like steak and kidney?
Are you saying that in a crisis like this, we must act as one, like a well-trained commando unit?
Actually, it's a sign.
Exactly, a sign that we can rise above our squabbles.
Very well then. Here's what we'll do. We'll send these sandbags off with you.
Thank goodness. Well, I'll be off then. I can hear a hot meat pie calling me name, yes I can. Ernest Dibbins, it's saying. It's tea time. Fetch the blinking ketchup, Ernest.
Now then, soldier, all I need is your requisition form.
Requisition form?
That's right. Got to play by the book. Can't let the spies sabotage operations, can we?
Spies?
Surely you've heard about the spies from abroad. They're everywhere. Don't look so rattled, man. Just bring me your requisition form, and you'll soon be neck-deep in splendid sandbags.
Oh, right then.
I see. Alright, so this is where I got stuck last time. Oh, Wallace, who was just hungry. Vera Pecco, this cop has a brain cell. Only cop with a brain cell in any game. Vera Pecco, Team Fortress 2 voice, re the spies. Alright, let's see. I don't know if I can get any sort of...
Our constable likes to keep a tight lid on irregular activity. The constable's off performing important duties, no doubt.
Yes, eating a pie. Delicious. To be fair, that is pretty important. Alright, can't go any further this way. So now I don't know what to do. This is the point where we stopped because the microphone was like...
Beach weather. Nothing like a wee nip in the air to keep you sharp.
Rather stay warm and dry here at home if you don't mind.
We have the sun.
Be any fun today, Duncan? Nobody will be there.
Oh, come on, Felicity.
I won't be coming or going anywhere in this wretched weather, thank you very much.
Uh-oh.
Wait, Felicity. Felicity, don't make me beg now.
Oh,
Am I stuck?
there's no need for that. It's just, I'd rather put my feet up at home on a day like this.
Oh, there we go. We were just at a weird camera angle. Gromit! Off ground!
No beach supplies in there.
I feel like we can make noise with this, but okay.
Better be careful, or I'll be in the cellar faster than you can say secret trap door. Better be careful.
Yep, better be careful, better be careful.
Rather have a grand day out by the sea with you, lassie.
You must admit, it's hardly beach weather, is it?
Borrow.
I say, that's a handsome beach brolly.
Perhaps you'd like to borrow it. You're most welcome. We won't be needing it as we're not going anywhere.
Oh, yes, we are, lassie.
Oh, no, we aren't, Duncan. You can borrow the brolly once Duncan and I have finished our little discussion.
All right, good to know. Good to know.
Cute little fellas.
Oh, they're more than cute, Mr. Wallace. They're show dogs, and they're far too delicate for wintry weather. Why, my precious poppets would turn to popsicles.
Adorable. Rebecca Wallace, is that a hint? I don't know if that's a hint. Gromit's not letting us in the house, so clearly the thing we need is somewhere else that we can head to. It's probably in town somewhere. And I'm just, you know, a fool. Do you have more to say?
Nice to see you, Wallace.
Nice to see you too, Mr. Paneer.
Afraid my summer sail won't be very sizzling this year.
Sorry to hear that.
Alright, no, you don't have things to say.
I'll see you later.
See you later.
Afternoon.
Afternoon.
It's good to see you, Wallace. But where's that clever dog of yours?
Oh, just doing his chores around the house.
Oh, he's a good un, he is.
Gromit has chores.
Changed your mind, did you? Go ahead and swap, love.
Oh, we swap, huh? Which one of these would have something like a requisition form in it, do you think? I mean, probably none of them, but... Rebecca knitting, I think. Well, it is a point and click. Who knows? May as well.
I know who that's for.
Oh yes, Gromit.
Found what you wanted, I trust.
That's right. Gromit is always knitting things in the shorts. I wonder if something happens if I give this to him. Foff. Thunk. Hang on, I have to give my dog a knitting magazine. Because it's his hobby. Gromit! Swap. I literally grabbed... Here.
I picked up a copy of your favorite periodical. Not in the mood, eh? Let's stick with building our beach then.
Gromit's like, I don't want to think about knitting right now. Can I go in?
It does look cozy in there, but I'm set on gathering the goods for our beach.
Okay. Gromit's like, thank you.
I'm sure Miss Flit won't mind if I take just one.
Okay, why do I have the flowers? Banshee, that's odd. My dog's hobby is uncovering cat poop. Not every dog can have knitting talents like Gromit, and that's okay.
A day like this is made for staying in with a nice hot cup of tea.
Staying in? I'd rather have a grand day out by the sea with you, lassie.
You must admit, it's hardly beach weather, is it?
It's perfect.
That
beach
doesn't
weather.
make sense.
Like a wee nip in the air.
Wallace, you're in a point and click.
Rather stay warm and dry.
No point in that.
If you don't mind.
Our day of fun.
Be any fun today.
Not interested.
I refuse to go out in a thunderstorm.
Och, there's no thunderstorm. You can't hear no thundering, can you?
Maybe I can hear thundering. Just button your bagpipes for a moment, will you?
Your bagpipes. No, that's not noisy enough.
You can't hear no thunder, can you?
I suppose.
Better be careful.
Better be careful.
Thank you very much.
Well, the flower is clearly important for something. I just don't know what yet. May as well grab some more
Hello,
magazines.
love. changed your mind? Never imagined you was the sporting type.
Oh, this time we actually swapped it. Okay. How did I get out of here last time? Oh, jeez. Ah!
See you later, alligator.
Don't even know what I did. Can we go to the pie shop? No. It's there, but we can't go in. Cruelty.
Two fine flavors that work well together. That's a nice sentiment.
Sure is.
That's enough sand to fill a cellar.
You won't get an egg timer full without the proper paperwork.
Can you tell me where I would get a requisition
I'm
form?
still waiting for that requisition form. Chop chop, soldier.
Is this a requisition form?
Perhaps this.
Perhaps you can produce some proper paperwork, eh?
Are you allergic to these?
Perhaps this.
Perhaps
Nope.
you...
Darn. I was really hoping to get him with those.
Afternoon, Wallace.
Afternoon. Admire the cheese.
Oh, heck. It's a stack of Stilton.
Rebecca, perhaps this.
Oh, was that the earth-shaking roar of thunder?
Well, actually,
It doesn't matter when it comes to the complex question of climate. A person should never really rely on his own senses. Only the experts really understand the weather.
oh,
Do I need to
what's
sign
the
up for
latest
cheese?
cheese of the week, I wonder?
Stilton. And that reminds me, I just sent the truck out with your delivery. When you return home, you'll find it waiting patiently on your doorstep.
Ah, just like Gromit.
You know, Mr. Wallace, there's nothing like coming home to a faithful, loyal
Cheese. I quite agree.
Wallace. Anyway, I think this is where we get our thunder. Rebecca. Yay! Alright.
Ho ho! A special order for 62 West Wallaby Street. Stilton. One of my favorites.
Ah, that'll be our requisition form. Alright, talk to these guys.
Ah, mind your own beeswax, you big boffin bunch.
Duncan, don't be so rude.
I'll be sweet as honey when I'm buzzing round the beach with my best lassie.
I won't be buzzing anywhere in this bitter weather.
Duncan, we'll catch our death.
Might I borrow your beach brolly?
Of course you might. As soon as I convince Duncan that it simply isn't beach weather.
Alright, let's look at the
Ah,
Stilton.
yeah, it's mouth-watering.
Oh, did you hear an unearthly rumbling?
Rumbling? What rumbling?
Oh, I can't hear properly over your endless prattle. Duncan, a day like... You wouldn't go to the seaside today, would you, Wallace? You'd stay inside with a cozy cup of tea,
We gotta get them to
inventing
be
some
quiet.
clever thing, wouldn't you?
It's certainly cozier indoors.
Just so. Now, Duncan, it's time you were on your way.
On my way? Felicity.
I refuse to go out in a thunderstorm.
Alright, here comes the thunder prompt.
No thunderstorm. You can't hear no thundering, can you?
Maybe I can hear thundering. Just put
Put
your
your
bagpipes
bagpipes
for a moment, will you?
Alright, look at the cheese.
my gracious! That's thunder, all right. And it's nearly upon us.
Oh, but sure, it may be thundering, but did you see lightning? There's no lightning to bother about us, sir.
Oh, no, you don't. I'm not going to stay out here with you waiting to be struck by lightning. I'm going to seek shelter, and if you've any sense at all, Duncan McBiscuit, you'll do the same. Good day.
What?
Thunk.
Oh,
What are you looking at, Jimmy?
Nothing. And he forgot the umbrella and everything. I'll just grab that.
I'll just borrow this.
She
Just
said I
the
could.
thing for our cellar-based indoor beach experience.
Aw, Gromit's so pleased. Verapeko, poor Wallace, thunder stomach. Alright, and I imagine I can use the delivery form, since it technically doesn't say it's for cheese, on the truck over here. Hey there. I hope this qualifies as paperwork.
It's only for cheese, but
Give that here. Good heavens. Special orders? Deliver to 62 West Wallaby Street. You've done the service proud, soldier. Now stand clear. No time for chitter-chatter. I'm needed in West Wallaby Street.
yes, sir.
Yes, good. Take the sand to my house. Alright.
Nice to see you, Wallace.
Nice to see you too. Thanks for the floodlight. Thanks for the sand. Alright, just gotta pop that downstairs.
Whoops-a-daisy. There we go. Top hole! All the sand we need. The Riviera, here we come. Great news, Gromit. All the goods have been gathered. Now it's time for some elbow grease, eh? To the cellar.
Gromit is surprisingly on board with this. The guest house mutiny. Oh boy.
Job done, Gromit. Time to relax on the beach, eh? We deserve a holiday. Just a minute. Such a lovely beach. It's a shame to keep it to ourselves when we could share it with paying customers.
No! No!
Just imagine. West Wallaby Street Water World. A genuine beach house, complete with its own all-weather seaside in the cellar basement beach attraction. Oh, we'll be surrounded by happy holiday makers. It'll be grand, Gromit.
Honestly, what a waste of time.
It was not grand.
This man's ruining my blinking holiday. Half a mind to take my
Don't
bucket and
get
spade
sand
and
in
go
your
home.
sandwich. I was only teasing. Just ask that great big pudding there.
Shut up! I ain't no pudding, you
These
talking
dogs are disturbing
type.
the peace. Bylaws state that all livestock must be kept
Because
under proper control in
Guys
public
wouldn't disturb a
places.
fly, and they're not livestock.
I want a refund.
I want a refund and all.
Refunds would indeed appear to be in order, Mr. Wallace. What do you say?
Well, here at West Wallaby Street Water World, customer satisfaction is our top priority. If you'll just be patient, I promise we'll have everything under control by supper time.
You've got till supper time, no later.
Not much of an holiday so far, I'm sorry to say.
Those mutts are a threat to
Could have
public
stayed in me
safety.
shop and
Never
dusted me
that
tin
man.
fruit display.
Calling my dears livestock.
We can't afford to give refunds, Gromit. We've spent all our money doing the house up. This could be a financial disaster. What are we gonna do, lad? I never thought we'd have a house full of unhappy holiday makers.
Bunch of moaning minis, if you ask me. I'm having a grand old time.
Well, that's one satisfied customer anyway. There we are. This customer relationship management isn't so hard, is it, Gromit? There's hope for our little venture yet. You'd best get supper started. Make it a feast to remember. I'll see to our guests. We'll soon have a house full of happy campers, eh, lad?
I somehow doubt that, Wallace. Verapecco. At all of this. This is cute! And then, Wallace, no! And then, thanks, Duncan, because only one person is having a good time. Alright. What is bothering you?
Enjoying your holiday, I hope, Major?
Oh, yes, absolutely. Dashed comfortable billet you have here.
Oh, thank you. We strive to achieve complete customer satisfaction. That wasn't so hard.
Put that thing down and pay attention.
Oh,
I am about to reenact one of the greatest desert battles of history, the Siege of Aqaba. Not many know the tale. It was late 1914, or was it 1916? It was an even year of that, I'm sure.
Oh boy.
On the one side was a single British soldier, T.E. Lawrence, better known to you civvies as Sir Lawrence of Olivier. On the other, the invading army of the Ottoman Empire, thousands strong. You know the story.
No.
Lawrence single-handedly defended a desert fortress from a massive attack. He had only one rifle and no ammunition. He was all alone. Just like this, Lawrence watched the enemy from a secret vantage point sheltered by enormous red boulders. Anyway, as the enemy massed, vultures began to circle overhead, crying out in their desperate thirst for blood. Anyway, now at this point your average Joe would have thrown in the towel and anything else he had to hand. But what do you think our Lawrence did? He took tea. Anyway, Lawrence was about to dunk his digestive when suddenly... Oh, blast and bother. This isn't right. Not quite historically accurate, I'm afraid. I'll have to start again. Just a moment.
Alright, so we need boulders and vultures and tea. Everyone got that? Kid, vultures. Alright, how are you doing?
your searchlight is just what West Wallaby Street Waterworld needed, Mr. Paneer. Everything satisfactory, I hope?
No, not satisfactory at all. A certain Scottish gentleman has been deconstructing my constructions. Perhaps the management could have a word with him.
I'm afraid Mr. McBiscuit is rather difficult to pin down.
You've got to do something. If I can't finish my sandcastle, I'll have to insist on a refund.
Your castle looks very handsome, Mr. Paneer. Such charming little bucket shapes. I do admire creative artists like yourself.
Oh, thank you, Miss Flit. At least someone appreciates art and craft. Look, it's almost done. What do you reckon?
Very nice.
That's the horrible dungeon where the mean, bullying knight is kept locked in chains.
Beautiful.
That's the royal court where the king holds sumptuous banquets for all his royal chums.
All right.
That's the enchanted tower where the beautiful princess sleeps, dreaming of a successful marriage to a financially secure prince. That's the Tower of Groceries where the heroic young shopkeeper sells top-quality produce. Impressive architecture, don't you think?
They all look the same.
Yes.
But thank you. Okay.
I should look in on our other guests.
But I'm nearly done. Just one last touch. There. The perfect finishing touch. The mark of finest quality produce. Miss Flit's going to be impressed.
Oh, aye, she'll be ever so impressed, I'm sure.
Oh, no.
Whoops, my foot slipped, silly me.
My castle. Stomped on by a tartan heel. See what I have to put up with? A holiday's not a blinking holiday if I can't finish my sandcastle. Now I have to start all over.
Man! So petty! Rebecca, I want a tower of groceries.
Hello, Wallace.
Hello!
I trust everything at West Wallaby Street Waterworld is to your satisfaction, Miss Flit. We strive to satisfy.
It's sweet of you to ask, Mr. Wallace. I'm having a wonderful time. All this drama swirling around me. But I remain an oasis of calm in the hurly-burly of holiday madness.
Oh, glad to hear it. I think I'm getting the hang of this.
Oh, you like this, Wallace?
Will I?
I've been longing for a new look, and I quite fancy this one. Very incognito, don't you think? My own babies wouldn't recognize me in this getup.
I'm afraid fashion isn't really my forte, Miss Flit.
Nonsense. What man is immune to the allure of a well-dressed woman?
Eh. We've also got a puppet show. Okay. Let's watch the puppet show.
How funny. That sounded just like my little darling's chew toy.
Uh-oh. Is that the whole show?
How funny.
Alright, so I'm guessing we're going to need to get the dogs to attack this, and possibly her, so that she takes them home. Or at least recognizes that they're menacing other people. Alright, what's going on upstairs? Other than Gromit making dinner.
Hard at work, eh, Gromit? That's what I like to see. We'll soon have a house full of happy holiday makers, never fear. Oh, cracking idea, lad. Everyone loves a copper. You'd best attend to your pots and pans, eh?
Gromit is not here for this. Alright, I do have the tea now. And we know who needs tea. You need tea, yes. Here you go.
May I offer you a spot of tea, Major?
Of course, sharpens the wits.
Alright, so now we just need vultures and boulders. Alright, so the rest of the house. Anyone in here? Hello? Ah, the puppies. They're being a
Mr.
menace.
Wallace, I'd like a word with you, if you please.
Yeah, sure.
Enjoying your stay at West Wallaby Street Waterworld, Constable?
I'm this close to having your establishment shut down.
Shut down?
You heard me. These dogs are a public nuisance and an health hazard and all.
Oh dear.
Went bonkers, they did. And all because I tried to clear away that horrible little toy of theirs. I don't approve of litter, you know.
I believe Miss
I
Flit...
warned Felicity Flit and all. And now she must face the full force of the law. I'm issuing a formal caution for the disruption of lawful quietude. It's the third I've had to write today.
The third?
Aye, the first two got eaten. Give this one to Miss Flit and tell her to remove her animals or I'll be forced to shut the place down.
Oh dear. Look at them, they're so angry.
Oh, I say, Gromit never reacts like that.
Watch your fingers. They don't like anyone touching the toy.
Rambunctious little things.
Gromit won't mind if I borrow this.
Alright, that's our boulder, I think. Dial a destination. Alright, that's cute. Heck's this? Takes pictures. Cute. Cute, cute, cute. And I'm sure that'll be a puzzle element later. What's this? Oh my gosh, I get cotton candy? Yeah! You just ate the whole dang thing.
Well, that seems to be in working order.
That could have been a valuable puzzle element, and you just ate the whole dang thing. Alright, well, let's go. Alright, and what's in here? Oh, poor thing. What's happening?
Anything I can do for you, Mrs. Gabberly? Oh, dear.
Oh, what a mess I am! But it's me own fault for letting that mangy McBiscuit get under me skin. Why should I care what he says? As me mum taught me, sticks and stones'll break your bones, but silly names can never hurt you.
Hey, here comes trouble! Ya big fat puddin'!
Big fat pudding? No, it's true enough, I know it. I'm out of shape for a beach holiday. Perhaps I should just get me refund and go home.
Oh, no.
That's kind of you, but it's no good. I can't be talked out of a mood like this, can I?
Oh, well,
It's not just me, is it? What do you think of Duncan McBiscuit?
Real piece of work. Consider knife! Yeah!
Sharp as a knife.
Well, I don't think he's all that sharp.
Sorry.
Hey, you're in a right mess, you are, Winnie Gabberly, and no mistake. What to do? What to do?
You're a Pecco. Rude. Very rude. Consider cheese crumbs.
Sad thing.
I can't say as I understand you, Wallace. Oh, it's a sorry old world, isn't it? Thanks to the bullies.
That's a stinky cheese.
I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean.
Means he
I'd
sucks.
go home to Mr. Gabberly, but there's no point. Won't get no sympathy from him indoors, will I?
Health food.
I'm afraid you've lost me, Chuck.
I'm sorry. She's sad.
Beg pardon?
He happened to maybe knocking on. Too old for a beach holiday, that's for sure.
Fresh as a daisy.
Oh, I don't know about that. But it's ever so kind of you to say so. Oh, you're a real good listener, you are, Wallace. No, I'm a making sense. Do you catch my drift?
Sharp as a knife.
There we go.
I can't say as I understand you, Wallace.
Oh.
I should count me blessings. At least me new outfits. That's something, isn't it?
Look at all these things I need to consider on the table.
There's nothing like a cup of tea.
I'm not sure.
Not sure what that's supposed to
Oh,
mean.
what do I know? I'm going soft in the head, aren't I?
Oh, I need to grab something that's like related to what she's saying.
Sharp as a knife.
Well, now, that's kind of you to say so, Wallace.
Took me too long to figure this puzzle out.
Glad you're here, Wallace. It's not just me, is it? What do you think of Duncan McBiscuit?
Stinky.
That's a stinky cheese.
Ah, he's a reet stinky cheese, he is. Glad you agree. I'm feeling a bit better now. Yapna may be knocking on. Too old for a beach holiday, that's for sure.
Oh boy. This one?
Fresh as a daisy.
Oh, I don't know about that. But it's ever so kind of you to say
Okay, we're
so.
doing good.
You know what? Winnie Gabbley's had enough of feeling sorry for herself.
Woo!
So what if I'm a bit like a pudding? I've tangled with giant bees, I have. I can take care of a bullying McBiscuit any day. Thank you, Wallace. You've a right kindly way with words, you have.
Woo!
Glad to be of service.
I'll be fine now, Pat. Reckon I'll finish my story.
Hey! Hey there, you big fuck!
Shut your trap, you tartan tearaway, or I'll box your ears!
Get him!
I do like a good book.
No need for a refund then.
Oh, no. I'm as happy as Larry me.
Oh, another happy camper.
Really, it seems like, Duncan is the biggest problem. We should get rid of him. If I kick him out of the house, everything will be fine.
Our guests do love the water slide. Well, one of them does anyway.
Well, I'm glad she's feeling better. I'm still not sure where to get vultures.
That's my automated ocean breeze simulator.
That's a fan, Wallace.
Cannonball!
This guy! Alright, will this do for boulders?
Any interest in this?
Perfect! Just like the great boulders of the Aqaba Desert.
Alright. All we need are some vultures, apparently. Wallace, you good? Okay.
Hello there.
Hello there.
Gromit's favorite.
It's Gromit's favorite. Alright, what do we have? Okay. Here, I think.
Constable Dibbins has requested...
Constable Dibbins is mistaken. Poochie Woo and Tinky Wee would never misbehave.
They're doing it right
They
now.
did seem a touch rambunctious.
Oh, very well. Let's get this over with.
Behave, or I'll have you banged up in the kennels.
Ah, that's more like it.
What's this nonsense about my doggies?
Ah, there you are, Miss Flit. Your doggies are causing a breach of the peace. They're behaving like, well, like animals.
How could you say such a thing?
Only telling it like it is.
Disturbing the peace, are they?
Well, they were until you came in.
Constable, if I ever see my doggies behaving badly, I shall reprimand them myself, believe me. But just look at them. They're as sweet and innocent as pink icing sugar. Why don't you find some other tiny, defenseless creatures to harass and leave my babies alone?
Babies? Hooligans, more like.
Are there more, destinations? No, just... Oh, okay, there are more, in fact. Neat. We have at least 3.
She's scot-free now.
Heh.
A man of action, our Major. Except when he's resting, of course. The camera loves her, and she loves it back. Big fella. Ah, Blackpool, the Riviera of the North. Cute little fellas.
Nope.
Oh, my.
Very angry fellas. We need to trick the puppies into misbehaving somehow.
I'd better stay here and see to our guests.
Good idea. Alright, let's go upstairs. We haven't been there yet. This is where the slide starts?
Cannonball coming through!
Ah, Mr. McBiscuit, may I, have a word?
No.
Later then. Crikey, the infrastructure's getting a lot of wear and tear. Trouble springs eternal, it seems.
Must be the stall
Safety first. All in working order. Bit gloomy out there.
Hey!
Very fashionable. I'm
Contemplate
not
slide.
dressed for water sports.
Alrighty then. Let's go. Our neighbor wanted a new look. Let's give her the sunglasses to facilitate this.
Hello again.
Hello again. There you go.
Would you like these sunglasses?
Oh, wonderful, Mr. Wallace. Very stylish. I'll use these for my new look. It's going to be such fun. I have the glasses. I just need the scarf.
Gotta find a scarf. Okay. Wait a second, I think. Yes, this'll work.
This needs ironing, it does.
Yep, that's totally why I took it. Alright, let's go. Let's go, I said. Oh no, we're stuck in here with the dogs! Ah! Alright, we're fine.
Whoa!
There he is.
Hello, Wallace.
Hello, I've got this for you.
Any interest in this?
Oh, thank you, Mr. Wallace. What a lovely scarf.
Actually, it's,
Such vibrant colour and such a pretty pattern. It's perfect for my new look. My new look is complete. Just a moment. You're in for a surprise. Ta-da!
Let's just swap the character
What do you
model
think,
out.
Wallace? Am I not mysterious?
Quite mysterious, yes.
Oh, where's Felicity? Where did Miss Flint go? Here I am! We do have fun, Wallace, don't we?
Poor Wallace, he's like, yeah, sure. Alright, now it's time to give this to you.
Constable Dibbins was wondering...
Again? Oh, let's get this over with.
Threatening behaviour towards an officer of the law, that's a serious offence, that is. Don't think I won't lock you up, because I will. This is your final warning.
She said the dogs wouldn't recognize her. And they don't.
Ozimul! Take away!
We've never done anything wrong in our lives.
Like this. Mummy is very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. And what did you do to upset my precious
so
cupcakes
close.
like that?
Cupcakes?
My darlings, did the bad man upset you? Don't be scared.
Face.
Mummy's here now. How about a little dressing up game to make it all better? Do you want to play a dress up? Oh, yes you do. Yes you do. Oh, come along, my sweets.
She's lucky I didn't throw those mutts in the kennels. I were this close, I were. You can only push PC Ernest Dibbins so far.
I hope your holiday is proceeding in a satisfactory manner, Constable.
Satisfactory? Yes. Yes, indeed. Everything appears to be quite satisfactory, peaceful, and in order.
In this room.
Thank you, Wallace.
Champion, we're getting there.
Beautiful. Pecco, I wonder if this will help us with the doggos. Yes! Oh, almost there. Like many pet owners, oh, my baby could never do anything wrong ever in their life. Except when they do. Sortable shelf, bruh. This lady. It looks like the chew toy went with him. Is there anything else that can help me with dial a destination? Everything else seems to be on here pretty solidly. Gesundheit, Vera Pecco. Vera Pecco glances at Miko. Never anything wrong ever in his life. Well, there's that beach ball. Can I grab the beach ball? I can.
Oh, bouncy.
Alright, not sure what to do with that, but we have it now. It's good to see you, Sortable. Okay. I'm gonna head upstairs real quick. Maybe there's something we can do. Now the dogs are in my room!
Charming costume she's dressed you up in, eh?
Oh, they don't like that. Do the puppies want a bouncy ball?
Might you two be interested in...
They are not.
All in working order.
Here, Pecco. They have little glasses.
I don't think it would enjoy the ride.
Alright, see you later, you horrible little creatures. Anything else in here? Gromit, not a fan of that. He's like, how dare you?
Not supper time yet, is it, lad? Sorry about that.
Gromit's like, I'll kill you about that. Sortable shelf. I've been here for a little while. I came in when the lady yelled at the water slide guy. Good, he deserved it.
That's my automate.
Okay. Can we use these?
Not helpful, that.
Okay, never mind then. Let's see if there's anything we can do downstairs.
Hello there.
Hello there.
How funny. That sounded just like my little darling's chew toy.
That'll be important later, I'm sure. Vera Becca. Good day, Ty.
Anything I can do for you, Miss Flint?
Oh, stop it, Wallace. You're made Duncan jealous.
Here, will this help you?
Would a ball give you some bounce, Mr. Paneer?
Oh no, I must focus on my castle, thanks.
But, you know, to throw at him. I think it'd be really funny. I think you should throw it at Duncan.
Actually, I'd rather not.
Okay, fine. Why do I even have this beach ball then?
You're in luck, my boy. I was just about to reenact the Siege of Aqaba. You know the story. Sir Lawrence took cover under massive red boulders.
Yep, there they are.
Just like this. Vultures circled the sky, crying out for blood. Anyway, our Lawrence, cool as a cabbage, took tea. Just like this. Lawrence was about to dunk his digestive when suddenly...
Alright, we still need the vultures.
Blast and
Presumably
bother.
the small dogs
This
upstairs.
Isn't right. Not quite historically accurate, I'm afraid. I'll have to start again. Just a moment.
But I don't know how to get them screaming loud enough that this guy is going to hear them.
Care for a kick around, Major?
No time to play ball, man. There's a battle to be reenacted.
Alright, fair enough. See you later. Avoid stepping on the sandcastle. Do you? Do you want it?
Care to play ball?
Oh, I'd rather not. I'm at the spire.
Ma'am, you are at the beach. Quote unquote. But okay. Can I have some more candy floss? You need the cotton candy, please. Thank you.
Well, that seems to be in working order. There's a happy constable. No dog in sight.
I guess we need everyone's, like, portraits then? Sortable shelf. Who eats cotton candy like that? Wallace, apparently. Love that I could observe the flowers, but not actually do anything with them. Alright. Consider the umbrellas.
A bevy of brollies. To think of all the trouble I went through to get just one.
Man, okay.
not in the mood for sharing, eh?
God, they're so angry.
All in working order.
You gotta keep hitting the button until something happens.
All in working order. That won't help.
You don't know that.
I see no reason for that. All in working order.
Genuinely don't know what to do with those little guys.
Something to get our guests in the holiday mood.
Mm-hmm. Hey, Gromit, how's it going, buddy?
How's supper coming along, lad? Best hold off until our customers are all happy, eh? Won't be long now.
That face says you know it's gonna take you a hot minute.
Here comes McBiscuits!
Oh. Well, that's close enough to vultures anyway. Alright, let's see. Wallace, are you stuck? Alright, let's go.
You're in luck, my boy. I was just about to reenact the Siege of Akaba. You know the story. Sir Lawrence took cover under massive red boulders. Just like this. Vultures circled the sky, crying out for blood. Just like this,
That's
our
singles, but
Lawrence,
okay.
cool as a cabbage, took tea. Just like this. Lawrence was taking tea and about to dunk his digestive when suddenly 10,000 howling Ottoman soldiers charged the fortress. Tea was ruined, obviously. But did Lawrence of Olivier give up? Never! He took his rifle and levered the great red boulders down the dunes, rolling them straight into the enemy horde. With the invaders in disarray, Lawrence, armed only with his bayonet and still desperate for cover, counterattacked. He took them on one by one until he achieved total and complete victory!
Alright, see you later then. I'll take that.
I'll just tidy this up.
Your Fecko mood. Alright, and if I give you this, the next
Hey,
time, what's his
this
name?
little fella might enhance your sandcastle.
A knight to defend the castle, eh? Why not? It couldn't hurt. Put him where you like.
Alright, last time he stepped on this one, so... Alright. Alright, Duncan, enjoy foot pain.
Just one last touch. There.
Uh-oh.
The mark of finest quality produce.
Oh, I should've
can't wait
checked.
to show Miss Flit. Oh no.
Wrong one.
saw a spider!
My castle. I've been now.
Alright, let's try again. We gotta put it on the grocery store one.
How's the old sandcastle going?
I'm not ready for viewing, Mr. Wallace.
Alright. If we leave and come back, it should reset, right? Right. Duncan is specifically stepping on the one that's the grocery store because he's a freaking jerk.
Lovely. Enjoying your...
As you can see,
I
Alright.
see.
Rearranged.
That's the horrible dungeon.
That's the dungeon.
That's the enchanted tower.
That's the
where
tower.
That's the royal court. That's the tower of groceries where
Alright.
they heroic.
Oh,
Grocery tower. Here.
Just one last touch. There.
Alright.
The mark of finest quality produce. I
Let's
hope
watch it
Miss
go.
Flit likes it.
Oh, she'll love it, I'm sure.
Oh no.
Oh, my foot! My poor tender foot! It was a blasted sand trap! Oh, ow! 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 Ow!
Well then, should be able to work in peace now, I reckon.
oh, well, jolly good.
Whew. Here, Pecco. You activated my trap card.
Now for the finishing touch. The defender of the kingdom.
However do you manage such lovely creations, Mr. Paneer?
It's a knack, Miss Flit. If I hadn't made it into grocer school, I might have been an engineer. But of course, groceries are my first love.
Ah, anything else I can assist with?
No, thank you, Mr. Wallace. You may consider me a happy camper and most satisfied customer.
We do aim to please. Ha ha! At last! A house full of satisfied customers, just as I predicted. I'd best tell Gromit to lay the table.
Alright. But then, Chapter 3, Hounds of Horror.
I must compliment our host. I've had a cracking holiday.
Oh, thank goodness for that. It was a near thing though, wasn't it? Ooh, smell those fish and chips.
We can look forward to superior chow here in the office's mayor's what?
The tableware doesn't seem to be in breach of any health and safety regulations. Enforcement's the key, of course.
You smell like heaven, lassie. Did you buy a new perfume for our date?
Oh, really, Duncan? That's just the flower in my hair. And I'm not sure I'd call it a date.
Before we tuck in, on behalf of the management, that is, Gromit and me, I'd like to welcome you all to our new venture. West Wallaby Street Water World, the only holiday destination with its own all-weather seaside in the cellar
I
basement
have a
beach
few
attraction.
words to say myself. Raise your glasses. Raise them, I said. To a great day with a great lass. The sweetest sight I ever smelled. That's right, I'm talking about... Hey! Who turned out the... Ah! What's all this?
Who's there?
Leave off!
Oh no!
Blinking Laura,
Did
this
you
is a
see
wrong
that?
do.
It's
That
them, I
gentleman
tell you,
was
what's
right
all I
there.
did?
Big as life.
from
Any
a
old
biscuit.
vanish. Suited with me.
Everyone
Bring me
quiet!
my
Calm
cider.
down a sec. I must insist on calm. This is not what it's done. Quiet!
Whatever's happening to me?
The puppies aren't getting enough attention.
Help me! Help me, somebody!
They worked fast! Here, Pecco. Yay, people are happy! Banshee, poor pups. I don't know, they put Duncan in the dirt. I think it's fine. Sniff sniff. Stay in the ground.
Is someone there? Help me! I can't move! Huh? Who's there?
Hi, it's me, Gromit.
Help me!
Okay.
I'm stuck! Oh.
For like a strongman or whatever, you're kind of pathetic, aren't you? Alright. Sortable shelf. How did they do that so fast? I don't know. I'm kind of glad that the puppies don't like him, though.
I'm buried alive! Somebody dig me out!
Oh, I do in fact have a shovel. Alright, let's go.
Whoever you are,
I'm a dog.
I was this close to taking my last breath. You found me just in time.
I've located the victim.
Mr. McBiscuit has sustained a nasty knock to the noggin and don't remember naught about it. Happily, he will recover.
Darn.
However, aggravated thumping is a serious offence, and I've no choice but to treat every one of you as suspects.
Outrageous!
But I never touched it.
Suspects?
Until our thumper is caught, nobody leaves this house. Nobody comes in, and nobody goes out. Not till I know the person who done it.
I know who did it. Spies from abroad. Saboteurs from the South Seas.
Thank you, Major. That's enough of your doolally chatter for now. Only cold, hard facts can solve this mystery.
Solve this mystery?
That's right. By the book. You know, burden of innocence and proof of purchase and all that. That's how real investigations. Now, what's that contraption?
My latest prototype, Constable. The Deductomatic Mystery Solver.
Dr. Matty?
Oh boy.
Is that what's been taking money out of my savings account?
Oh no, Mrs. Gabberly. The Deductomatic harnesses unused brain power to solve mysteries.
If you're pointing the finger, Wallace, any accusation must be backed up by hard fact and proven according to the law.
Well, that is, it should be working.
Gromit's like, I gotta go find real clues. Also, it's not plugged in. There you go, buddy. Vera Pecco, did someone say mystery?
Aha, I've got it.
All right, then. Tell us, Wallace, who thumped Duncan McBiscuit?
Who done it? Who done it? Oh, that can't be right.
We're
Vera Pecco,
waiting.
the light.
Just a moment. Any idea who done it, lad? You wouldn't mind pointing him out, would you?
I mean, there are very clearly little paw prints on the floor. Leading down to the basement.
It was Poogie Woo and Tinky Wee.
We've never done anything wrong, bark, bark, bark. Alright. They don't like that.
Two wee pups laying Junkin low? That's daft, that is.
Aye, silly that.
The very idea of accusing my dear doggies. How absurd!
Aye, quite absurd. Absurd, eh? Nothing is absurd before the law.
Here we go.
It is the absurd claims the law takes most seriously. For if the absurd cannot expect justice and a fair hearing, then who among us can?
He's got a point.
We must treat this accusation according to the law. The law requires proof. Proof requires... hold on. Proof requires three things. First, the motive. Why did the suspects thump Duncan McBiscuit? Second, the weapon. What was he thumped with? Third, a witness. Who can collaborate, corroborate, back up your accusation? Do you have a motive, a weapon, and a witness, Mr. Wallace?
I'll just recalibrate the inference-ometers. There we are.
What'll it be? Motive, weapon, or witness?
Sortable shelf. No way they'll
Where
believe
to
this.
begin?
Let's see if we can figure out the motive. I mean, they growl at anyone, but Duncan was kind of stepping on Miss Flit's turf, wasn't he, earlier today?
Right. That's the one.
What's the one?
Motive. I've solved the motive.
Excellent.
Tell us why Wodgy Podge and Tinky Pink thumped Duncan McBiscuit.
Do I look like I care?
Well, out with it, man.
Just a moment. Can you spare a motive, lad? If you've got one, give it here.
A motive, huh?
The motive is Felicity Flit.
Are you saying that Miss Flit's doggies attacked Mr. McBiscuit to save their mistress from some terrible event or threat to her person?
Well,
Was it blackmail?
I can't rightly say for sure.
Then don't say out.
Your motive doesn't stand up.
Ooh.
Oh, darn.
Oh, it was working.
All right, that's enough of that. Everyone can go about their normal business, but remember, nobody leaves the house until the mystery is solved.
Alright, it's time for Gromit to investigate properly.
Once I have the deductomatic properly calibrated, this case will be elementary, dear Gromit. Elementary.
Sure it will.
In the meantime, why don't you, sniff up some clues for the deductomatic to process, eh, lad? You might start with the constable there. I expect he's got some juicy leads.
I've got the suspects right where I want them. Written down on my official constabulary notepad. I'll crack the case with this, I will.
Hey.
It's got to be one of these three, but which one?
Rudeness reverse. Sandcastle spite. Just crazy. The paw prints are literally right there, though.
If I keep staring long enough, I'm sure I'll detect something eventually.
Buddy. Vera Pecco. It's a mystery of morons.
Ah, the motive. Likely to be some physical object.
That's not what a motive
I
is.
remember a case a few years back where the motive was a turnip, with two blokes claiming the growing rights. Right, the weapon. I'll wager it's a blunt object. Your more polite objects rarely do much thumping. Yes, the witness. Likely to be a person. Your vegetables and minerals don't generally have much to offer in the way of witnessing.
Alright, fine. You're not gonna help at all, are you? Is the hammer for the dinner gong is missing. That's suspicious. Let's see if we can find that, how about? It's a preview. Suspect is hatless. I repeat, hatless. Police line, do not cross.
You shouldn't eat candy floss, Mr. Paneer. Bad for your teeth.
Oh, I'm not eating it. I just like having something to hold.
You must try to stop worrying so.
But the thumper, who knows where he'll strike next?
I don't think there is a thumper. I think Duncan just fell over and wandered off by himself. He's a clumsy oaf, you know.
Aye, he is heavy on his feet, that's for sure.
He'll bounce back. He always does. It's Poogie Woo and Tinky Wee I'm worried about. Those silly accusations hurt their feelings. I just hope playing dress-up will lift their spirits. A new look is a tonic for the soul, don't you find?
Afraid I don't know how to play dressing up games as it happens.
Doggy dress-up, silly. I just need to pick the right outfits. So many to choose from.
You tell him to stop worrying, but you're literally barricaded behind your little doggy dress-up kid.
Decide. Ah, Gromit, you must know what the debonair dog likes. Why don't you help me pick an outfit for my precious darlings?
Sure, I'll take a
Use
look.
your doggy fashion sense and choose your favourite hat, glasses, and collar.
These are adorable. Can you move?
Hopping.
Let's look dapper.
Dressy. Classic. Hoochie Woo and Tinky Wee will love this. Hoochie Woo, Tinky Wee. Time for dress up, my dears. Oh, look at this. Hello. You found Mr. Squeaky. You clever things. I was afraid he'd never turn up. Now we're really ready for some fun, aren't we? Let's get dressed up.
The poor things are shy. Would you mind leaving us alone for just a little while?
Yeah, sure, okay. I hope that those are the correct outfits. Can I come back in?
Aren't you cute? Yes, you are. Run along and play.
There they go. I'm sure I'll need them for something. Does Gromit get candy floss? Oh, so Gromit gets to hold it. Okay.
Do you like the pretty pictures?
Gromit over here, like, don't patronize me. I'm doing an important job.
My poor little darlings. They love a fashion shoot, but they were so agitated they couldn't sit still. Do you know what upset them? Some horrid person stole Mr. Squeaky. Isn't that awful? Mr. Squeaky's only a bone, but he's absolutely their favourite toy. The three of them are inseparable. Personally, I think it was that constable. Who else could be so cruel as to steal from a couple of helpless little puppies?
Gromit over here, like, I have some thoughts. Why do you have two portraits? Well, he's got some cotton candy in that one. I don't see anything particularly incriminating here. I'll be back. Anyone in here? Hello?
Good to see you, Private.
No, you.
Watch your hindquarters, Private. There are spies about. Saw 'em myself, dragging off that Duncan chap. Not a pretty picture.
Oh, you saw them, huh?
This reminds me of the time I was cooped up in a chicken coop south of Toulouse. My company was pinned down for 3 days. Nothing to eat but a single croissant and a rotten egg. Have I told you the story, Private? They were the best of times. Or was it the worst of times? I can't recall.
Oh, boy. Gromit doesn't want to listen to this story.
This is no time for cooking. We need to conserve our rations until the last terrible hours.
Right, I'm sorry. Gosh dang.
Checking provisions, eh? Good military planning. Who knows how long that fool of a civilian constable will keep us cooped up? Best start rationing now, before panic sets in and we have to eat our pack animals. Or each other.
Buddy. Gromit's like, dude, you don't need to spook me. Alright, so supposedly... he saw Hello?
He took quite a thumping, didn't he? Can't say he didn't deserve it. Still, can't leave him to rot all on his lonesome. Someone's got to tend to the great lug.
Oh,
He's coming round.
oh, my head. Somebody stop the spinning. There's a whirlpool I'm in.
Don't fret, Patch, you've had a nasty knock. Did you see who thumped you?
No, but I can almost remember what hit me. The terrible weapon that laid me low, it's...
You saw the weapon, what hit you?
I think so. It was... Oh, I can't remember a thing. My brain's been boggled.
Oh, you've got amnesia, you have.
Amnesia? Oh, not that, as well as a bang to the head. Is it fatal?
Just take things step by step, Chuck. What's the last thing you can remember?
Well, I was upstairs, getting set for a jump down yon slide, but something wasn't right. Them little dogs of Felicity's were underfoot, and they wouldn't shut their yaps. Duncan McBiscuit doesn't take guff from yapping wee dugs, so I grabbed that bone toy of theirs and took it away. They didn't like it one bit. Oh, no! Best part was, when I squeezed the wee toy, it drove them crazy, because it made this noise. This noise. Och, what was that noise? I can't recall. My brain's turned to haggis.
Don't fret, Pat. Just rest. It'll come back to you.
Yeah, it'll come back to you the second I pull this lever.
That's it. The sound of the toy. Now I remember.
Go on, then what happened?
Oh, I kept the toy and shut the wee doggies down the slide. They didn't like that one bit neither.
Sky.
I was having a grand time. I wanted a wee picky to remember by, so I went down to that photo thingamajig. I struck a manly pose, and I was... Oh, Crivens, it's all fading away. I'll be forgetting my own name next.
Oh, don't get yourself in a twist, love. It'll come back to you.
He was eating candy floss. And I picked some up because I was curious. Here you go, buddy. Were you eating some of this?
That's right. I remember.
Go on.
I was taking a picky, holding a stick of candy floss. Oh, I love that stuff, me. I got my hunger up. Just then, like an answer to my prayers, the gong sounded for supper. I came to table, and there I found heaven, my lovely lass, Felicity. I remember the fine, sweet smell of her, like... She smelled like...
Flowers.
Oh, blast it all. My nose is a blank. I can't recall.
Give it time, love. You'll remember.
Do I still have the... Okay, I don't have the flower in my inventory. Wallace had the flower. I gotta go find... flower. Flower. There's a vase in this room. Maybe it's in here?
Artificial blossoms may look pretty, but they don't smell like much.
Alright, these are fake.
Hello there, Gromit. Would you like to play doggy dress-up?
No, thank you. The flower. They're out in her yard, but we can't go outside. Maybe there's something in here.
One of these suspects knows summit, but who to question first?
I'll give you a bit on that. I'm looking for flowers.
Silicon flowers. Lovely, but not particularly fragrant.
Why do we have so many fake flowers in our house, Wallace?
Those are artificial flowers, lad. Attractive to the eye, but not to the nose, eh?
I'm gonna cry! Okay. Surely there's real flowers in here somewhere. That or I need flour from the kitchen for a horrible pun.
Well met, Private.
looks like that's not the case. Okay. Upstairs? Let's try upstairs. Oh, there they are. Dude, it's my own house! Gosh dang it. I didn't want to leave. Gromit, you get back up those stairs. Ooh, they don't like that. Ooh, okay. I guess I'm out of the house. This is no longer a closed room murder, Gromit. Yep, it's certainly raining.
Mr. Gabbley's news agent, now open for business.
Sweet.
Is that a customer I hear? Oi, you want to shop here? You gotta follow my rules. Do you hear? Take what you like and I'll put it on slate. Business will sort out payment later. Got that? Oi, and don't nick nothing while you're about it. Blimey, that were easy. I don't know why Winnie makes so much fuss. Satisfaction guaranteed, or I'll give you what for.
Yeah, okay. How many of these can I have? Only one at a time, huh? Interesting that I went all the way back home.
Shop's closed! There's no one here!
Really? Alright. I guess I picked the correct magazine and now I gotta go. Ah, it's locked, of course. Can I get in with this? No, because nobody ever... Oh, nope, there we go. Gromit did the right thing. Good job, buddy. Here.
That's it! The sweet scent of felicity! How could I forget? I remember everything now! I'm cured! You've cured my ham knees! You cured me, and I were a right numpty with you, weren't I?
Still are, I reckon. But don't go weepy on me now. Tell me what happened after you sat down at supper.
I was making a toast when the lights went out. My eyes were adjusting to the dark when... thump!
Who thumped you?
Och, I never saw who, but I saw what. The supper gong mallet! That's what hit me!
The supper gong mallet? You sure, Chuck?
Sure? Oh, aye! Look what it did to me!
Ow!
Hey, that's a crime, that is. No wonder your mind's been a blank.
Yep.
What kind of person would do that? They should be locked up. You go back to sleep now, love. Get some rest.
They do, in fact, have the mallet. Alright, well, we know what the weapon is. And I'm still pretty sure it's those dogs. Sortable shelf. Ouch. Oh no, they're trying to incriminate
That's
him!
an extra fluffy batch. Can't do any harm to trade up. Just this once. Oh, crikey, it's heavy. Must be family-sized floss.
Oh no.
Oh, I've already got some. I intend to hold on to it.
Okay, I don't want you to get in trouble though. You're so nice.
Oh, what a nice present. That's a stylish look. I do admire those sunglasses. I suppose they're back in fashion. Seems I'm something of a trendsetter.
Yeah, okay.
Three little suspects. One of them's got to be the thumper. You can do this, Ernest Dibbins.
Alright. The weapon is the mallet. We know what it is. Crumb says he saw who did the thing.
Do you sense something, boy? Yes, I'll have a little chat with the Major. Perhaps he knows something he doesn't know he knows.
Who would have thought our little do-it-yourself beach resort would be the scene of a crime? All
Grump's
we
like, I
need
can't believe
to
it.
solve the mystery is a motive, a weapon, and a witness.
I'm just not sure what the motive is. Alright, we need to listen in on this.
And if you don't believe me, I invite you to inspect the evidence.
Oh!
Are you having a laugh?
Enough questions. We're wasting time. The spies could be signaling their ship. If they give away our position, we're done for.
The little hat, huh?
All right, yes, fine. So tell me what these so-called spies of yours looked like.
Alright, the little sailor
Mind if I
hat.
do? It was dark. Dark as a darkened room.
Good job.
Then the door cracked open, and I saw them. Swarthy little men with sunken eyes and primitive tattoos, dragging Duncan's limp body. Sailors, judging by their
Gesundheit.
uniforms, natives of the South Seas, I'd say. Stake my reputation on it.
Did they look like this?
No. Eyes more sunken, with heavy brows. That's better. Add nautical tattoos round their necks, and don't forget the uniform. There we are. A hint more menace. Just a hint now. Yes, now you've got it. Those are the villains I saw.
Right, so this is what they look like, eh?
Post that picture to every jack-tar in the Navy. We've got to stop them before they make landfall.
That's just what I'll do.
The man means well, but he's a couple of bricks short of the full hod.
I'll take that.
Does the nice doggy-woggy want to choose another outfit?
You bet I do.
Show me what doggies like best.
Okay. They had...
That's a good choice. But one of my sailor hats is missing. Hoochie Woo and Tinky Wee like to wear matching outfits.
Of course they do.
Jaunty.
do we want the trendy glasses? We might want the trendy ones. They look a little more
Very
sunken in or
latest.
whatever.
Good dog. Nice choice. Ozimul. It's dress-up time, my darlings. Don't fuss, sweeties. You can go back upstairs in a minute. Right now, I need you to sit still.
Then she says, you gotta be trendy. Alright, let's go get that hat. Vera Pecco, fashion is
Good
endgame.
to see you, Private.
Boink. Should have grabbed it to begin with, but I didn't know if I could.
Help me pick another outfit, Gromit. Finding it hard, aren't you? I'm just the same. Can never decide what to wear.
Foff says, hat time, hat time. Select tiny sailor hat. Look what I found.
Oh, you found it. Good boy. Now, Poochie Woo and Tinky Wee can play sailor again.
Gromit's like, yeah, they sure can. Yeah, those are definitely the glasses we want. Okay.
Help me. Aye, aye, Captain. This is going to be so good. It's dress-up time, my darlings.
Yep, that's the look. And now we need demotive. Oh boy. Feels like I need to leave one of these up. It's me! Oh, here they come. Boop. Ah, I see. I get it now. They'll be back. And I will be ready. Alright, they're back. Fuff. I may have missed a bit. Are we under house arrest? Somebody hit the obnoxious visitor Duncan. And it's very obviously the little dog, so we need to incriminate them. Because it's a mystery, you see. I'll take that. Fuff. Naughty dogs. Naughty indeed. I mean, I'm not particularly fond of Duncan, but these dogs are a terror. Oh no, they know I have it. Nah, no they don't. Alright. Let's see.
You mustn't abuse the candy floss maker. It's the only one we've got.
Dang it. Alright, so this poor guy is unknowingly holding onto the, murder weapon. which is the mallet for the dinner gong, and I have to get it away from him.
I wonder what the best-dressed dogs are wearing this season.
It's a mystery. Fuff. Oh no, they're smart. Nope.
Three little suspects. One of them's got to be the thumper.
Alright, let's see.
It's got to be one of these three, but which one?
Let's talk to Mrs. Gabberly.
Caught a scent, have you? She clearly had a motive, and perhaps under that soft, knitted exterior lurks the soul of a hardened thumper. I must question her.
I need to get all the information I can. There he goes.
But you do admit you had a motive.
He happened I did, and I could have thumped him, buried him, and drowned him twice over since I've been down here. None of you lot seems worried about that, though.
That can't be everywhere, Miss Gabberly. Not with so many suspects to interview.
More important than tending the victim of the crime, is it?
Look here, I can't stand around chatting all day. I've a thumper to catch. See that you don't leave the house.
Okay. I guess we're going to have to accidentally incriminate Mr. Paneer because the game is giving us literally no other choice. Alright, though.
Mr. Gabberly promised he'd run shop for me. Imagine him downstairs, face to face with actual customers.
Don't worry, that didn't happen.
Best leave him be. Poor man.
Not much of a man, am I? Just hope the fragrant Miss Flick doesn't see me like this.
Shut up, you big baby, and stop yakking.
Aye, well, thanks for curing my ham knees. I'll no forget you.
See that you don't. But if you really want to thank me, you can do summit for Wallace. It's his enterprise you spoiled. Now, back to sleep with you.
Aye, anything you say, Mrs. Gabberly.
Well, if we can't leave to see him, he will be a window forever. It's fine, don't worry about it. Alright.
Three little...
Yes, three little suspects.
What is it, boy? His motive is clear enough. But could this apparently gentle purveyor of fine groceries be a Jekyll and Hyde character, perhaps? A vicious thumper in disguise? I must interrogate him.
I mean, we've got to get the mallet away from him somehow. I'm just kind of sad if this is going to be the way. Mr. Paneer deserves a lot better.
And put that candy floss down while I'm interviewing you, if you please.
Oh.
Okay.
I'll ask you again, and this time I want a straight answer. Did you or did you not thump Duncan McBiscuit?
Did you not? I mean, you did not. That is to say, me, not you. I mean, not you, me.
I'll take that. Da-na-na-na!
All right, that's enough. Just you watch yourself, Mr. Paneer, or I'll be watching you. Got it? Not another word.
Phew. What happened to my little friend and protector? I'll have to spin up another.
That you will. There you go. Fuff. Let me just put this in my armpit. Gromit. Alright. Mr. Paneer is safe. He is no longer handling the murder weapon. Well, murder. Duncan did just sort of get bopped viciously. We still don't know why. Excuse me.
You can do this, Ernest Dibbins.
Mallet with weapon notes. Gromit says no.
Right, the weapon. I'll wager it's a blunt object. Ah, the motive. Likely to be some physical object. I remember... yes. The witness. Likely to be a person.
Okay.
Found a clue, have you, boy? Better hold on to it. I'm not ready to evaluate evidence at the moment.
Fuff, the witness is actually the mallet. The witness was the, veteran, Mr. Crumb. We got the description of the guys who totally hit Duncan on the head honest. It's obviously the dogs in their little sailor outfits and their very thick glasses.
Found a clue, have you, boy? Better hold on to it. I'm not ready to evaluate evidence at the moment.
God, you're the worst. Okay. Well, we're most of the way here.
Eureka! I've got it!
You sure this time, Mr. Wallace? I'll summon the suspects.
Fuff, when will you be ready then, sir?
Right. You have accused Felicity's diminutive dogs of thumping Duncan McBiscuit. To prove it, you need a motive,
Ah, the
a
motive, the
weapon,
chew toy!
and a witness. Where do you want to start?
Okay, weapon.
Of course. Now we'll get the facts.
Get what facts?
The weapon. I've determined the weapon.
Well done. Tell us what, Wadgy Podge and Winky T used to thump Duncan.
Crunchy frog!
Well, out with it, man.
Just a moment. Do you have anything resembling a weapon, lad? I could use one sharpish.
Actually, it's bluntish. But here you go. Vera Pecco, that is just the early 2000s. Here you go.
The weapon is this mallet.
You bang on the money this time, Wallace. I remember now. That's what it Duncan all read. He said so himself, and he's got the dent in his bonds to prove it.
It all makes sense now. That's a maladjusted mallet, all right.
Maladjusted? What makes you say that?
Well, it looked all fluffy and pink and delicious, but underneath it was rock hard and not very tasty.
Thank you, Mr. Pinnear. It appears that the mallet is indeed our weapon. Well done, Wallace.
Yes.
You're on the way to proving your case, Wallace. We have a weapon. What's next?
Alright. We've got a witness.
Cracking. Now we'll know the truth.
The truth about what?
The witness. I've identified the witness.
Good show. Tell us who witnessed, Tinky Woo and Podgy Wee assaulting Mr. McBiscuit.
Kippered herring.
Well, out with it, man.
Just a moment. Who would you pick for a witness, lad?
Our witness, of course. Where is he? There you are.
My witness is Major Crumb.
Quite right. I saw him. It was black as pitch. The door cracked open, and I saw him dragging away the body. Short, hairy fellows with sunken eyes and tattooed necks. Sailors from the South Seas. Spies! Spies from abroad!
Not this again.
I think we've heard enough.
Wait, Major. Did your spies look like them two?
Good heavens! There, It's them, all right. I'd recognize them anywhere. Put those spies in irons.
Don't be silly. They're puppies.
Dogs of war, more like.
War? Oh, there is no war.
What?
All right, let's let sleeping dogs lie, shall we? The main point is, the Major saw these two dragging away Mr. McBiscuit. Isn't
Somehow.
that right, Major?
It most certainly is.
In that case, according to the law, he is a legitimate witness. The case against, them two dogs is coming together. The only piece of the puzzle left is the motive.
Sure is.
And
Here,
the
Pecco, there's no
motive
war in
is-
Bossing Say. More jam, please.
Can you rustle up a motive, lad?
You bet I can. Look at this little chew toy. It got squeaked at them and they got very upset. Fuff, this is like Cluedo. It was the dogs with a crunchy frog seen by a kipper under the stinky umbrella. Wallace, take the toy. Thank you. Fuff,
The
more jam
motive
is totally
is-
emotive.
This chew toy.
Really? The pups are very attached to that toy. I know from bitter experience.
Of course they are. Mr. Squeaky was a present from their mumsy. That doesn't make it a motive for hurting Duncan, though.
Oh, yes, it does. Duncan stole the toy from them doggies. Told me so himself.
He never did.
Oh, he did.
If Mr. McBiscuit did indeed take their favourite toy, that could well be a motive for thumping.
But why would Duncan want to take Mr. Squeaky? The very idea is ridiculous.
Ridiculous? Possibly. But on the balance of probabilities, spot on. I believe this motive meets the test of the law.
Great, we incriminated some dogs.
Wallace, you've shown us motive, weapon, and witness. And according to the powers vested in me as an officer of the law, I now pronounce the case solved. Duncan McBiscuit was thumped by a mallet because of a stolen chew toy, the crime being witnessed by Major Crumb. The perpetrators of this evil deed were none other than the canine criminals Poogie Woo and Tinky Wee.
Dun dun dun!
It can't be. My darlings are precious, kind, incy-wincy doggies, not hooligan hounds.
I knew it.
Wallace knew it.
Put them in chains. Throw away the key. Batten down the hatches.
Foster,
cabin
send them
dog
to
bed.
dog jail.
All in a day's detective work.
Oh, I really do feel fit.
Ooh.
Oh, here they come.
Oh dear.
Shackle those miscreants.
Oh, they are so angry.
Oh, look, lad. The drain must have come unplugged. That's handy. Oh, seems to have created a bit of a current.
Chapter 4, down the drain.
Help, Gromit. I've got that sinking feeling. We're all going down the drain.
Gromit's like, nonsense. I will use your arrow key, up and down arrow keys to speed up or slow down. Okay. Interesting. Vera Pecco, they really don't like that toy. The toy's not the... No, they love the toy. That's the problem. Sortable shelf. These dogs are just awful. Gromit's like, I can't reach any of these things. Okay. What do we have to work with?
I haven't got a sea leg to stand on.
Throw starfish. They're behind you, but okay.
Get too
Confront.
fast for you, lad. next poop.
Wallace, please. I can't confront them.
I'm beginning to feel sick.
Anyone want tea? No.
I've been boarded.
Gotta use something with something. Nice. Okay, cool. Where'd it go?
Gromit, get me out of here.
I'm trying, man! Oh, there it is. Here, Rebecca, as I get the fire extinguisher. Can I get the fire extinguisher?
Lad.
I mean, yeah, I've got it, but what am I gonna do?
Oh my goodness, I'm feeling all topsy-turvy.
I can't combine items! Help! Bonk.
What's your name, lad? Do something, Gromit.
Gosh dang, I'm trying.
Get him off, Gromit.
Oh, sometimes you just gotta throw a starfish at Wallace. Alright, I'm gonna try at the lever. Come on.
Oh,
Nope.
quit that.
No, not you. Here, Becca, we can't jaws the dogs.
Oi, get off.
Alright, well, they've
Go
chilled
play
out.
somewhere else, you tykes.
Oh, okay, they don't chill out that long. I gotta figure out what to do now.
Get him off. Over here, Gromit.
No, they just get angry again. Oh, they like Squeak. They love Squeak.
Stop all this spinning, Gromit.
I'm trying, man!
Help, Gromit.
I am not close enough. Gosh dang. Will that do it? Okay, that's what I need to do. Nope, this. Okay, I need to calm them down. I need to calm them down and then throw it at them. Yeah, okay. Fuff. Once they're calm. Yeah, once they're calm. Okay, let's go. Come on. Oh, there it goes. Bye, Squeaky. They're so distressed. Oh dear.
Heavens above. They followed their toy down the drain. Well, I'll give them one thing. They're dogged to the end. Welcome aboard, lad. Just a short jump to dry land, eh? Oh no, Gromit! I'm about to be flushed! Do something!
This is a pretty big umbrella. Fuff. Oh no, no, the dogs! I mean, they are nasty dogs, but my.
Do something, Gromit!
Okay, Ah, right, Sparks! Let's go!
Don't do it, lad. You'll blow yourself to smithereens.
Gotcha!
Oh, thanks! That's the one nice thing you've done in this whole
Thank
game.
heavens, we've made it, Gromit. We're back on dry land.
That's one you owe me, pal.
I do hope everyone's had an unforgettable holiday. And that you'll consider visiting West Wallaby Street Waterworld again next year.
I doubt that's happening. Oh, good. They wound up in jail. Somehow. The faces!
Gromit, where are you, lad? We've got quite a clean-up job in front of us. No time for dawdling. Gromit! Gromit!
Gromit says, be quiet, I'm taking my vacation now. Leave me alone. Vera Pecco, jail for puppy. Fuff, it was unforgettable. Fuff, jail for dogs for 1,000 years. Alright, and there we go. That was the last resort in Wallace and Gromit's Grand Adventures. I thought that would take a little longer after the first one, but I guess knowing what to do in the first puzzle, like halfway, cut down on that some. Sortable shelf, right where they belong. Oh, jail for puppies. Jail for puppies for 1,000 years. Banshee says, it was a lovely adventure. Alright, that was cute. That was fun. Wallace and Gromit is always fun. I love these guys. I love these lads. Even if some of the puzzles are very, very strange. Why was I able to pick up all that stuff if I ended up not using it? I only needed the starfish. But it was like, you can also pick up this beach ball and all this other stuff. It's like, bro, why did you let me do this? Anyway, enjoy chill Gromit. He deserve it. Look at him. Ah, poor thing. The next chapter is going to be just as nuts. I'm so sorry, Gromit. You only get to relax for this credits roll specifically. Fuff. Red herrings for all! The chat agrees that Gromit deserves to take a little rest. Gromit deserves a nice vacation. Just let him chill. I forgot how long these credits were. I don't know if I could keep talking the whole time. Let's just enjoy it. Sabrifio, red herrings for all. I think you mean kippered herrings. Ah, of course, our mistake. Fuff, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people. And they did great, except for the part where I get confused on puzzles. No, that's my own fault. Now that I think about it, we never did, like, figure out why Wallace was tiny or whatever at the end of the B episode. We just skipped over that, and it's like, it's fine, everything's normal now, and we're gonna go to the beach, and then we didn't go to the beach. Beautiful. Gromit be chillin'. Look at that. Oh. Vera Pecco, menacing. Menacing whistling. Great for everyone. Alright, that was Last Resort, folks. Thank you all so much for coming. I hope you had a good time. If you are enjoying the streams, please consider donating to my Patreon if you can. There's a RoboCat-shaped button underneath the streaming window. If you cannot see it, try stretching your browser window out a bit, as it does like to hide. $1 a month will get you access to stream-related art and writing before they go up on other social media. $5 a month will let you vote on what I work on. $10 a month will give you access to Photoshop files if there are Photoshop files to be had. Thank you all for coming. Hope you had a good time. Hope you have a good rest of your evenings. Hope to see you next week. And stay safe and take care of yourselves. Good night, folks.